for me only. I get high on you, yeah, you. Hey baby, kiss me hard, don't kill my vibe. All my feelings on fire, it's all
Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I am Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, as you can tell, this is a Get the Look tutorial using the Milani Bold Obsessions palette. If you have this palette and you'd like to see more tutorials using it, I actually already have 2 others up on my channel, and I do plan on doing 1 or maybe 2 more. I really like this palette. I think it's very versatile. I'm not going to talk a lot about it because I already have a review on it and my thoughts on it, but I will just say that I think for drugstore, not even just for drugstore, I just think in general this is a really great palette. This is one that I reach for quite often outside of YouTube, like in my everyday life, and I just thought it would be really great to do another tutorial with it, another couple of tutorials. One being because, like I said, I do reach for it quite often and it's an affordable, good quality palette. But additionally, I noticed that Milani Cosmetics has recently come out with another new palette. Although by the time this video goes up, it might not be that new. I'm filming this on the 4th, and I think this has been available for a little while now, but it's fairly new at the time I'm filming this, and that is the Gilded Desires palette. But when I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's really pretty, except for the fact that it's really similar to the Bold Obsessions palette. I'm not quite sure what their thinking was in doing that, because I would think they would want to create something new to have people, you know, want to purchase that in addition to the one they've already had. Because I would just say this, and I haven't seen it in person or anything, but just based on looking at the pictures, because I have this one, I'm not inclined to pick up the Gilded Desired one, because the colors are just so similar. If you can see, it's got that kind of burgundy shade, it's got the golds, it's got that copper in here, it's got a black, it's got the browns. The only thing that it adds to it is that there are 2 highlight shades, which I do think is very neat. So I would say that maybe if you don't already have this palette and you want something that also includes highlight shades, you might want to pick this one up. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting that they're coming out with this kind of a new palette. But either way, the quality of this one is amazing. I reach for all the time, and I just thought it deserved some more love on my channel. I also am using a couple other new products to me, and they are the Pixi Beauty Fairy Lights Liquid Glitter. So I did incorporate those into my look today. But as I go into the tutorial, you'll see that those steps using these, if you're not into these or not into glitter or don't, you know, have these, they're not necessary for this look. They just kind of add just a touch of sparkle. As you can see, I didn't fully cover my lid with anything super sparkly, but they just add a little bit of oomph. You know me, I gotta have my sparkle and my glitter. Plus they were new and I really wanted to give them a try. And then this mascara that's fairly new to me, but I've been loving lately. It's been my go-to. And then also, side note, if you're curious about my hair, you're seeing my hair, I really like it like this, but this is temporary. It's not permanent. I just I've had these for a while. I ordered them months and months ago, and I'm just finally giving them a shot. But it's the Joico Color Butter Temporary Dyes. They last for up to 10 washes, and now I don't think they'll super work well on dark hair, which my hair up here is all my natural hair color. So the only reason I put it right here is because I still have some blonde that's kind of growing out, and that's really where the color adhered to. So you can see kind of a mix of my brown hair as well as the blonde highlights that I kind of had in there, and that's really what it's stuck to. But I think it looks really pretty, and I like it. So if you're curious about my hair, that's what that is, just a little rabbit trail there. But yeah, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Okay, I'm going to start off first with this kind of light brown taupey shade with a big fluffy brush. I'm going to be using the Smith 232, and I'm going to be taking that into my crease as usual, both focusing a lot of the color more so on the outer corners of my eyes, and then slowly bringing it in as there's less pigmentation on my brush. Next, taking a smaller blending brush, this is the Smith 230. I'm gonna go into that darker brown matte shade. And again, I'm gonna be focusing that on the outer corner of my eye, in my crease, but really focusing a lot more of the pigment on the outer corner of my eye. Then with that same shade and just a slightly smaller blending brush, I'm just going to take that right to my lower lash line. This brush is creating a lot more of a smokier look on my lower lash line, bringing the pigmentation down pretty low. But if you're not comfortable doing that, you definitely don't have to. You could use a smaller, more thin, flat definer brush, something like this, and really get it close to your lash line, whatever you feel comfortable or your preference for how you like to, you know, apply makeup to your lower lash line. I kind of wanted a little bit more of a smokier look. I might clean this up a little bit later with some powder, but I kind of want it to be smoky all the way around. And I'm just kind of bringing that shade and connecting it right up with the outer corner of my eye as well. Now this step isn't necessary, but what I'm just going to do is take that first Smith brush I used with that very first shadow I used and just further diffuse that shadow out of my lower lash line. Now just going into that shimmery brown shade right above the matte brown shade I was just using, I'm going to take that on a kind of flat shader brush and pack that all over my lid. Okay, so I feel like I want that to be just a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more foiled. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of product on my brush and then go ahead and spray that and then reapply over. This is not super necessary, but it does give a prettier, more foiled effect to the shadow. Okay, so here's what my eyes are looking like right now, and normally if I were going to complete the look, I would just add a touch more of that darker brown matte shade to the outer corner just to kind of clean up and deepen up the outer V just a little bit more, and that would complete this look. And if you wanted to be done there, you could be, and you could kind of wrap up the look from here. But I want to add a little bit more something something. I got these new liquid glitters, or the liquid fairy lights from Pixie Beauty, and then there's this shade Bare Brilliance, and I just thought that this would complement this look really well, and I really wanted to try these out, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that to this look. Not completely covering up the lid shade because I don't want to do that. I still want that to be showing, but I'm gonna add just a touch of this to the kind of outer portion of the center of the lid, if that makes sense. You'll kind of see what I'm doing and see what I'm talking about. But anyways, I'm gonna, this does have a doe foot applicator, but I'm not gonna apply it straight with that because I want it to be a little bit more precise. So what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of the product onto a smaller brush and then apply it to my lid. So as you can see, I'm just going to be patting and dabbing just lightly in gentle, small motions just to spread the product evenly and just kind of give a nice sprinkling of this glitter there on the outer portion of my lid. You can definitely do more or less of this, whatever you feel like doing, or not at all. As I already mentioned, this is just an optional step. You know I love my sparkle and glitter, and this is just a new product that I want to give a go. So I also just think this is a really fun way to add glitter without going like super, you know, super glittery all over the lid. It just adds a nice little pop of something to catch the eye, and it's just really pretty and subtle. So I kind of like applying it to the outer portion of the lid. Also, it doesn't cover up the pretty shadow that we already laid down, so I think that's nice. Alright, now is when I'm going to do a little bit more blending and deepening up of the outer corner again. So I'm just going to go back into that dark brown shade with an even smaller, just tiny little blending brush, and just add a touch of that pigment there. Just blend it in, make it look a little bit more deep over that lighter brown shade we put down, and just kind of connect it to that shimmer shade. Now just for a little bit of highlight, brightness, and cleanup, I'm going to go into that one kind of creamy shade with a pencil brush and take that to my brow bone as well as inner corner. Alright, and here is the look so far. Again, this is another spot where you can be completely done with the look, but I, being the glitter lover I am, want to be a little bit more extra, and because I just want to try another one of those Pixie fairy lights, I just think they're so pretty. I kind of want to pop another one in the inner corner of my eyes for just a little bit more sparkle. This is the shade Crystalline, and this one has no color to it. It's like a clear one, but the glitter in it is like iridescent-y. I wouldn't quite call it holographic, but it's got that iridescent sparkle. It's so pretty. All the other shades of this liquid glitter do have some color to it in addition to the glitter, but this is the only one that I have that is clear with just the glitter. So I think this will be really pretty on the inner corner. So again, I'm just going to do the same thing. Take that same brush I used with the other glitter. I wiped it off, and just take a little bit of the glitter off the doe foot applicator and just apply it in patting motions to the inner corner of my eyes. Yeah, that is so pretty. Ugh, just amps up the look just a little bit more. Definitely not necessary, but I just wanted to give it a shot. Alright, and I'm actually not going to be doing lashes today. I'm going to be using this mascara from Touch in Sol. It's their Stretch X Stretch Lash Effect Mascara. It has been my go-to lately. I have been loving this. It has a curved wand, which I loved. I love mascaras with curved wands, and I really think it makes my lashes look really gorgeous, separated, elongated. I really love it. I love this mascara. Okay, and then a little tip that I have for, it just doesn't work with every mascara, but it really works with mascaras that are great at separating your lashes. But once you have one coat of mascara on your lashes, I like to let it dry a little bit and then you go back over it with another coat, but from behind the back of your lashes, and just kind of sweep the wand up, and this kind of helps build up the product on your lashes and makes them look a lot longer. And it's just a trick I've been doing since I was a teenager, and I love it. And then after sweeping it from the back, then sweep again from the front, just kind of lifting the product up. And I'm not sure if you could tell the difference that it makes here. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it's a lot more noticeable in person. And the reason why this works so much better with mascaras that are really great at separating your lashes is that when you do this with other mascaras, it can tend to look kind of clumpy, spidery, and most people don't like that look. But with a mascara that separates your lashes, you know that it's not going to get too clumpy, and it's not going to be a formula that like clumps, and when it builds on each other, it'll just build up very nicely. So you're able to kind of just build up the product, essentially like stacking product upon your lashes and just building them up. And you could do this a few different times depending on the kind of length you want to get. Usually I'll do it once or twice, but I've done it up to 3 times to really build the look of my lashes, and it's really neat how it works. Alright, and that wraps it up for this look. For my lips, I did just go ahead and throw on a sheer gloss just to keep it nice and simple. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this look and tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!